He missed the carpool to training, showered at my place, and never left again. The rain hammered Seattle like it had a grudge, sheets of it slamming against the windshield of my beat-up Honda as I pulled into the lot behind the coffee shop. It was one of those Pacific Northwest downpours that turned the world gray and sodden, the kind that soaks through your jacket in seconds and leaves you shivering with that bone-deep chill. I killed the engine, grabbed my messenger bag, and dashed toward the back door, cursing under my breath when my keys slipped from wet fingers. That's when I saw him, hunched under the narrow overhang, phone clutched to his ear, voice rising in frustration over the roar of the storm. "Coach, I'm sorry, man. The bus broke down again and my ride." "Yeah, I know. I'll figure it out." He hung up, raking a hand through his soaked blonde hair, water dripping from the ends like he'd just emerged from the sound itself. Tall, broad-shouldered, with that easy athletic grace even in defeat. Alex Rivera, the guy from the neighborhood soccer league I'd nodded to a dozen times at the corner market. 26, I guessed, from the way he moved like someone who still believed in second chances. Me? Ethan Hale, 28, graphic designer by day, barista by necessity, sketching logos for craft breweries while dreaming of something that didn't smell like burnt espresso. He spotted me fumbling with the door, and his blue eyes lit up with that desperate spark of hope. "Hey, Ethan, right? From the apartments." His voice cut through the rain, warm despite the cold, carrying a faint trace of his California roots, sunny vowels that didn't quite fit this drizzly gloom. "Yeah," I said, finally jamming the key in. The door creaked open, spilling out the faint hum of the espresso machine and the bitter tang of fresh grounds. "You look like a drowned rat. Come on in before you freeze." He hesitated, glancing at his phone like it might sprout wings and carry him to practice. Then a sigh escaped him, long and ragged, the kind that echoes in your chest. "Thanks. Carpool left without me. Practice starts in 20, and I'm across town. Mind if I borrow your shower? Just quick. I swear I'll be out before your shift starts." My heart did a stupid flip, those eyes, that half-smile crinkling the corners. I'd seen him coaching kids on the field behind our building, barking encouragement with a laugh that carried like summer thunder. "Sure," I muttered, stepping aside. "Towels are in the cabinet. Coffee's on me if you want." Inside, the shop was a sanctuary of steamed milk and low jazz from the speakers, the air thick with the earthy scent of roasted beans. He peeled off his drenched jacket, revealing a gray tee clinging to every ridge of muscle, and I busied myself grinding beans to hide the heat creeping up my neck. Water hissed in the back room as he showered, and I pictured it. Steam curling around him, soap suds tracing paths down skin I'd only glimpsed in passing. "Get a grip, Ethan. He's straight as they come, probably has a girlfriend cheering from the sidelines." He emerged 10 minutes later, towel around his waist, hair damp and tousled, smelling like my cheap eucalyptus body wash. "God, that feels human again." He grinned, rubbing the back of his neck, droplets tracing lazy paths down his collarbone. "Oh, you won. Big time." I handed him a dry shirt from the lost and found bin, too big but clean, and poured him a black drip, strong enough to wake the dead. "No sweat. Happens to the best of us." Our fingers brushed as he took the mug, and electricity zinged up my arm, sharp as lightning. He didn't pull away. We talked while he sipped, the rain easing to a patter against the windows. Soccer, mostly, his dream of going pro derailed by a knee injury 2 years back, now coaching high schoolers while subbing at a gym. "It's not the same," he admitted, voice dropping low, staring into the steam rising from his cup. "But those kids, they look at you like you're invincible. Makes you want to be." I nodded, leaning on the counter, the wood cool under my palms. "I get that. Designing posters for bands that never make it big. Feels like you're building castles in the sand." A pause, the kind where the air thickens, and he met my gaze, something unspoken flickering there. Affection? Nah, wishful thinking. His phone buzzed, coach again. Shit, I'm late. He downed the coffee, grabbed his wet shoes. Ethan, seriously, dinner? To say thanks. Tomorrow night. My pulse thundered in my ears. Yeah, I'd like that. He clapped my shoulder, grip lingering a beat too long, warmth seeping through fabric. Cool. Pick you up at 7. And then he was gone, dashing into the drizzle, leaving behind the faint scent of eucalyptus and possibility. That night, in my cramped apartment 2 blocks away, I couldn't sleep. The city hummed outside, distant horns, the low rumble of the light rail, while rain tapped Morse code on the fire escape. I sketched him by lamplight, jaw set in determination, eyes crinkled in laughter, but it came out raw, vulnerable, like I'd peeled back a layer he hadn't shown. What the hell was I doing? Alex Rivera, golden boy of the pitch, asking me to dinner. It had to be friendly, right? Pity for the drowned neighbor. But as dawn crept in, gray light spilling across my rumpled sheets, I felt it. A pull, magnetic and terrifying. Like the storm had washed away more than just his ride. It had cracked open something in me, too. The next evening, he showed up at my door in a button-down that hugged his frame just right. Jeans faded at the knees, carrying a 6-pack of local IPA. Figured we'd keep it casual, he said, that grin flashing white against the dusk. We walked to a dive bar down the hill, neon buzzing open in the window, the air thick with fryer grease and stale peanuts. Over burgers and brews, he opened up. Divorced at 19, folks back in San Diego who didn't get why he chased a ball instead of a desk job. They think I'm wasting time, he said, peeling the label from his bottle, voice rough. But it's all I know. I shared bits of mine. Parents gone too soon in a car wreck, bouncing between foster homes until art school spat me out into this freelance grind. Keeps me sane, I said, sketching on a napkin to prove it. A quick caricature of him mid-kick, ball exploding like a comet. He laughed, deep and genuine, hand brushing mine as he took it. Dude, that's spot on. You've got talent. The touch lingered, electric again, and when we stepped out into the cooling night, streetlights haloing the mist, he slung an arm around my shoulders. Thanks for this, Ethan. Feels good to talk. Yeah. I breathed, heart slamming. His warmth pressed close, cologne mixing with the hoppy bite of beer. We paused at my building, the fire escape dripping from earlier rain. Nightcap. His eyes searched mine, a beat of silence broken only by a car splashing past. Then, hell yeah. Upstairs, my place was a mess of sketch pads and takeout boxes, but he didn't care. We cracked beers on the couch, knees touching, the TV flickering some old action flick we ignored. Conversation flowed easy. Favorite road trips, worst tattoos, the time he scored a hat trick in high school and cried like a baby after. Laughter bubbled up, warm and fizzy, but underneath simmered tension, thick as fog. Around midnight, he stretched, shirt riding up to reveal a sliver of tan skin. Should head out, but he didn't move. Crash here, I said, too quick. Couch is yours. A sigh soft and weighted. Ethan. His hand found my knee, thumb tracing a slow circle. The air stilled, charged. I turned, and there it was, desire, raw and unguarded in his eyes. Our lips met, tentative at first, then hungry, his stubble scraping my chin, tasting of salt and IPA. Hands roamed, urgent, breaths mingling in gasps. We tumbled to the bedroom, clothes shedding like old skin, bodies colliding in a tangle of need. His skin was fever-hot under my palms, muscles flexing as he pinned me down, whispers of God, yes, against my neck. After, we lay spent, sheets twisted, his head on my chest, heartbeat syncing with mine. I've wanted this, he murmured, voice thick with sleep, since that first coffee. Me too. I stroked his hair, the room spinning with aftershocks. But as his breathing evened, Doubt crept in like the chill from the window. What now? One night? Or the start of something that could shatter us both? Morning light sliced through the blinds, painting stripes across Alex's bare back as he slept, one arm slung possessively over my waist. I woke to the scent of him, sweat and eucalyptus, mingled with the faint mustiness of my unwashed sheets. My body ached in the best way, a delicious soreness from the night's frenzy, but my mind raced, replaying every gasp, every arch of his hips. Had it really happened? This Adonis in my bed, the guy who'd seemed untouchable. He stirred, blue eyes fluttering open, a lazy smile curving his lips. Morning. His voice was gravelly, hands sliding lower, teasing. We kissed slow, unhurried, tongues lazy like we had all day, which we didn't. My shift started in an hour, his coaching clinic at noon. Shower, I suggested, nipping his earlobe. Together, he grinned, pulling me up, our laughter echoing off the tiles as hot water cascaded over us. Soap slicked between us, hands exploring with reverence now, not rush. He washed my hair, fingers massaging my scalp, and I leaned into it, sighing deep, the steam wrapping us in a private world. Over burnt toast and coffee, black for him, loaded with cream for me, we talked logistics. Practice tonight, he said, checking his phone. But after? Here, I said, heart swelling. Always. He left with a kiss that lingered, door clicking shut like a promise. The day blurred, pouring lattes, tweaking a client's logo on my laptop during lull. The shop's chatter a distant hum. But every foam heart I pulled reminded me of his, steady under my ear. That evening, he texted. Missed you already. Kids killed it today. A photo attached, him on the field, mud-splattered, grinning with a gaggle of preteens hanging off him. I replied with a sketch I dashed off. Us intertwined, simple lines conveying everything words couldn't. Weeks blurred into a rhythm, intoxicating and fragile. Mornings tangled in sheets, his alarm blaring classic rock before dawn runs. Afternoons, I'd find notes on the fridge. Fuel up, babe. Love your fire. Scrawled in his blocky hand. Nights, we'd collapse after his games or my late designs, bodies fitting like puzzle pieces, whispers turning to moans under the quilt. Seattle wrapped around us, indifferent and alive. We hiked Discovery Park one drizzly Sunday, boots squelching in mud, his hand firm in mine as we crested the bluff. The sound stretched below, ferries cutting white wakes, gulls crying overhead. This, he said, pulling me close, wind whipping our scarves. This is what I needed. You. I buried my face in his neck, inhaling salt and pine. Ditto. But even then, shadows lurked, his phone silent from family calls. The way he'd tense when a teammate texted about that hot bartender from last game. The conflict hit on a Thursday, unannounced as a squall. I'd closed the shop late, feet throbbing. When he burst in, face thunderous, gym bag slung over shoulder. Ethan, we gotta talk. The air soured, the espresso grinder's whine fading to silence. Customers milled oblivious, but the world narrowed to him, jaw clenched, eyes stormy. What happened? I asked, wiping my hands on my apron, dread pooling cold in my gut. He paced the narrow aisle, voice low. Teammates saw us, at the bar last week, holding hands. A bitter laugh. Asked if I was going through a phase, like it's a fucking experiment. My stomach twisted. And, he stopped, hands fisting in his hair. I denied it, said you were just a buddy. God. Ethan, it felt like shit sliding out. His voice cracked, a raw edge that sliced me. He slumped against the counter, head in hands, shoulders shaking with silent sobs. The scent of rain clung to him, mixing with the shop's vanilla syrup, cloying now. I rounded the counter, pulling him into the stockroom, door thudding shut. Hey, I murmured, cupping his face, thumbs brushing tears from his cheeks. It's okay. We're okay.
No,
He leaned into my touch, breath hitching.
I'm scared.
Of losing the team, the kids, everything I've built. A pause, his forehead pressing mine, warm and damp. But losing you? That's worse. We stood there, breaths sinking in the dim light, shelves of beans looming like witnesses. Then don't, I whispered, kissing him fierce, tasting salt. We'll figure it. He nodded, grip tightening on my hips. Promise. Promise. Relief washed over him, tension easing like a knot undone, and we emerged, his arm casual around my waist for the walk home, defiant in the neon glow. But doubt festered. That night, as he slept, I stared at the ceiling cracks, rain pattering like accusations. How long before the weight crushed us? The next weekend, he dragged me to a rec league match, bleachers slick with dew, hot dogs sizzling from a cart nearby. Watch this, he yelled over the whistle, lacing up cleats on the sideline. I cheered from the stands, heart swelling as he weaved through defenders, ball at his feet like an extension of will. Goal, net rippling, teammates piling on in a sweaty heap. He looked up, eyes finding mine, blowing a kiss disguised as a wave. After, in the locker room parking lot, steam rising from his skin in the chill, he pulled me into the shadows of his truck. You make me better, he growled, hands urgent under my jacket, lips claiming mine with victory's fire. We fogged the windows, breaths fogging glass, the world reduced to friction and heat. Yet cracks widened. A call from his mom. When you settling down with a nice girl? Left him withdrawn, staring out the window at the Olympics shrouded in mist. They don't know, he confessed one night, voice hollow over takeout foe, steam curling between us. About me. Us. I set down my chopsticks, the broth's ginger bite lingering on my tongue. Tell them, or don't, but don't let it eat you. He sighed, long and weary, head dropping to my shoulder. I want to. For you. The turning point came mid-month, a fundraiser gala for the Youth League. Black ties in a hotel ballroom, chandeliers dripping light like honey. He begged me to come as his +1, voice tentative over the phone static. Please, show them you're mine. I ironed my one good shirt, nerves buzzing like live wires. The room thrummed, clinking glasses, laughter sharp as shards, the low throb of a jazz quartet. Alex shone, schmoozing donors in his slim-fit suit, hand never far from the small of my back. Whispers followed, sidelong glances, but he held his chin high, introducing me as Ethan, my partner. Best thing that's happened to me. Partner. The word landed soft, profound, amid the murmur. A donor's wife cooed, "How sweet!" But her husband stiffened, excusing himself abruptly. Alex's grip tightened, knuckles white. Later, on the balcony overlooking the lit skyline, city lights twinkling like distant hopes, he lit a cigarette, rare for him, the smoke curling acrid and blue. Saw that look? I said, leaning on the rail, wind tugging my tie. Yeah. Exhale slow and shaky. But fuck it. You're worth it. He stubbed it out, turning to me, eyes fierce. I love you, Ethan. The words hung, heavy with rain-scent air. My throat tightened, joy and terror colliding. Love you too. We kissed under the stars, slow and deep, the party's hum fading. But inside, a teammate cornered him. Words I couldn't hear, but Alex's face paled, jaw locking. He stormed out, me trailing, into the valet lot where his truck idled. Drive, he snapped, sliding in. The engine roared, tires squealing as we peeled into the night, city blurring past in streaks of red and gold. The truck 8 miles, headlights carving tunnels through the dark, wipers slapping rhythmically against a fresh drizzle. Alex's hands gripped the wheel like it was a lifeline, knuckles bone white, jaw set so tight I swore I heard his teeth grind. The cab smelled of leather and his cologne, now cloying, mixing with the metallic tang of tension. I reached for the radio, but he shook his head sharp. Not now. We didn't speak until the highway thinned, suburbs giving way to winding roads flanked by evergreens, their branches clawing at the sky. What did he say? I finally ventured, voice small against the engine's growl. A bark of laughter, bitter and broken. Mark, old teammate, said I was ruining the vibe by bringing you, that the kids' parents might pull them if they knew I was. He trailed off, slamming the heel of his hand against the dash. Thud, echoing in my chest. Gay. The word dropped heavy, final. We danced around it. Lovers in shadows, but labels? They cut. Yeah. His voice cracked, eyes fixed on the road, reflecting taillights like accusations. A sigh escaped, long and shuddering, fogging his window. Told him to fuck off, but it got in my head. I nodded, staring at my hands twisting in my lap, nails bitten short from stressed designs. The truck hummed over a pothole, jolting us. Pull over, I said soft. He did, gravel crunching under tires as we bumped onto a shoulder overlook, Puget Sound glittering below like shattered obsidian. Engine ticked cool, silence swelling. He killed the lights, plunging us into star-pocked dark, only the distant whoosh of waves and our breaths. Ethan, he started, turning, face half-shadowed, eyes glistening. I'm sorry for dragging you into this mess. No, I unbuckled, shifting close, hand on his thigh, firm muscle tense under denim. We're in it together, or not at all. He searched my face, thumb brushing my cheek, calloused from gripping balls and bats. You deserve better. Someone out and proud. Not this closet bullshit. The word stung, sharp as salt in a cut. I leaned in, forehead to his, breaths mingling warm. I deserve you, mess and all. Lips met then, desperate, teeth clashing in the fury of it. Hands fumbled zippers, seats reclining with a groan, bodies arching in the confined space. His skin was fevered, slick with sweat, moans muffled against my neck as we chased release, raw reclaiming. After, we lay tangled, hearts pounding duet, the sounds lap a lullaby. I quit the league, he whispered into my hair, voice raw. Can't coach like this. Hiding. My gut clenched. What? Alex, no. That's your life. Was. He pulled back, eyes fierce in the dash glow. You are. We drove home slow, hands linked over the console, dawn breaking pink over the peaks. Resignation hit his inbox by noon. Polite email, no reasons given. The backlash whispered. Parents pulling kids, texts from teammates laced with bro, you okay? He deleted them all. Phone sailing across the room to thunk against the wall. Days blurred gray. He moped on my couch, channels flipping endless. Sports highlights he muted, documentaries on forgotten artists that mirrored my own stalled dreams. I brought home Thai from the spot on Pike, pad CEW steaming in wax paper, but he picked at it, fork scraping plate like nails on chalkboard. One night, thunder rattled the windows, lightning forking the sky white. He paced the living room, floorboards creaking under bare feet, shadow long and jagged. What now? He growled, more to himself. Gym job's part-time. Can't pay rent on that. I rose from the sketch table, pencils scattering like startled birds. Move in. Here. We split it. He stopped, breath hitching. You serious? Dead. I crossed to him, hands on his chest, heart rabbiting under palm. Build something new. Together. A ghost of a smile. Together. We made love on the rug that night, slow and deliberate, thunder rumbling applause, rain sheeting glass like tears of release. But grief lingered, a low hum. He applied for desk jobs, fitness coordinator at a corporate gym, personal trainer gigs, but rejections piled, emails cold and curt. Experience mismatch, they said. I watched him wilt, that easy grin fading, shoulders rounding like a fighter taking blows. Then opportunity knocked, sly as fog. My freelance client, a queer-owned brewery expanding, needed branding. You'd kill this? I told him over breakfast, avocado toast crumbling under knives. Your eye for motion from the field. Logo with a kick. He snorted, but eyes sparked. Me? Drawing. Sketching plays ain't far off. I shoved a tablet his way, stylus clicking. Hours later, he showed me drafts. Bold lines, a pint glass morphing into a soccer ball, colors popping like stadium lights. Holy shit! I breathed, pulling him close. Pride swelled, hot and fierce. The gig landed. Pay bump enough for us to stock the fridge with craft brews and fresh salmon from the market. We celebrated on the balcony, city sprawl twinkling below, his head on my shoulder, fingers laced. This could work, he murmured, voice soft with wonder. It will. Kiss sealed it, sweet with hops. Yet conflict brewed deeper. His family, oblivious exiles in sunny SoCal, called weekly, voices tinny through speakers. When you visiting, Mijo? Met anyone special? Mom's lilt probing gentle. He'd freeze, me beside him on the couch, tension coiling like springs. Soon, he'd lie, thumb rubbing his temple. Hang up, sigh heavy, head dropping to hands. Can't tell them. Not yet. Why? I'd press, voice edged despite myself. The apartment smelled of cooling stir-fry, sesame oil turning rancid in the air. Fear. Simple, shattering. Dad's old school. Church every Sunday. What if they cut me off? I nodded, swallowing hurt. Your call. But secrets poison slow. Nights he'd toss, murmurs escaping, names, places, ghosts of youth. I'd wake to his arm heavy across me, sweat damp, pulling closer in sleep's mercy. The storm broke at Thanksgiving. Plane tickets burned a hole in his wallet, but he booked them. Impulse, voice tight on the phone. Coming home. With you. My heart seized. Me? Alex. Yeah, as my partner. Resolve hardened his jaw, eyes steely. Time. The flight was turbulence, literal and not. His knee bouncing, mine steadying it under the armrest, recycled air stale with peanuts and anxiety. LAX hit like a heat wave, palm trees swaying mocking our drizzle chill. His folks' house squatted in a cul-de-sac, stucco walls sun-faded, hibiscus blooming riotous. Mom hugged fierce, lavender perfume enveloping. Dad clapped backs awkward, mustache twitching over a wary smile. Ethan, huh? Welcome. Dinner hummed surface, turkey dry, yams candied sweet, football droning TV. But under table, his hand found mine, squeezed desperate. Post pie in the den, he cleared throat. Mom, Dad, Ethan's more than a friend. Silence crashed, fork clinking plate. Mom's eyes widened, hand to mouth. Dad's face stone. Son, he rumbled, voice low thunder. It's a phase.
No. Alex zgrip crușed mine, knuckles grinding.
It's me. Love him. Air thickened, clock ticking loud. Mom teared up, whispering Spanish prayers. Dad rose, chair scraping, paced to the window. Back turned, shoulders broad as memory. We love you, always, but this hurt him unspoken. Alex deflated, voice breaking. Dad, give us time. Door slammed, footsteps fading to garage. Mom fussed coffee, hands trembling, but her hug later, fierce, wordless, spoke volumes. We fled to his old room, twin bed creaking under us, posters peeling from walls. Sorry, he choked, face buried in my neck, sobs hot and wet. Fucked it up.
No.
I held him, rocking gentle, ceiling fan whirring lazy. Brave as hell. Dawn brought uneasy truce. Dad's gruff coffee? Over mugs, eyes averted. Flight home silent. His head on my shoulder. Exhaustion deep. Worth it, I murmured, fingers in his hair. Yeah. Whisper but sure. Starting fresh. Back in Seattle, snow dusted the sound, rare white Christmas. We strung lights on the fire escape, bulbs twinkling against gray, mulled wine steaming mugs. His phone buzzed. Mom's text. Proud of you. Come soon. Tears pricked his eyes, smile cracking wide. See. I kissed his temple, cider tart on lips. Love wins. But life's not fairy tale. January brought layoffs. Brewery scaled back. His contract first cut. Bills stacked. Red ink glaring. We'll manage, I said. But voice wavered. Freelance dry spell hitting hard. He nodded, but shadows returned. Late nights scrolling jobs. Sigh heavy as he closed the laptop. One evening, gym bag packed, he said, auditioning for semi-pro. Portland team. Trial next week. My gut dropped. Portland? That's 3 hours. Temporary. Pleading eyes. If I make it. Steady pay. For us. Conflict clawed. Pull of love versus logistics. And if you don't? Then back to drawing. Grin forced. But the kiss goodbye at Union Station tasted of fear. Amtrak whistle mournful. Days dragged. Apartment echoing empty. Texts pinged. Killing drills. Miss you. I replied sketches, him triumphant, goal-bound. But doubt gnawed, nights cold without his heat. Call came Friday. Made the roster. Moving next month. Joy ward with ache. Congrats. Proud. Silence stretched. Ethan. Come with. Heart hammered. Quit my gigs. Uproot. Need to think. Hurt flickered. Okay. Love you. Line dead. I paced. Rain lashing pains like judgment. Choice loomed. Fork in road. The apartment felt like a tomb without him. Echoes off bare walls. His sneakers gone from the hall rack. Eucalyptus scent fading to stale air. I wandered rooms. Fingers trailing dust on shelves. Picking up his forgotten jersey. Soft. Grass-stained. Carrying faint sweat memory. Portland. 3 hours south. Close enough for weekends. Far enough to fray. My designs sat untouched. Cursor blinking accusation on screen. Coffee going cold beside. Friends noticed. At the shop, barista buddy Lena cornered me mid-shift. Apron dusted flour from scones. You look like hell, Hale. Spill. I frothed milk. Steam hissing white. Voice low over counter hum. Alex got the team gig. Wants me to move. She whistled, low and sharp. Big. You going? Don't know. Wipe spill, rag rough on Formica. Jobs here. Life here. But love. Her eyes soft. Knowing. Her wife's hand visible through pass-through. Chopping herbs. Scary. Sigh escapes, steam clouding mirror behind. Shift end. I drove aimless. Wipers batting rain. City lights smearing neon tears. Pulled over at Gas Works Park. Derelict tanks looming skeletal against storm sky. Wind whipping off the lake. Sharp with ozone. Sat on hood. Phone in hand. His last text glowing. Can't sleep without you. Thumb hovered. Call? Text. Run. Memory flooded. First shower. Water beating on his lashes. Grin sheepish. Dinner laughs. Knees bumping under table. Gala balcony. I love you velvet in night air. Each a tether. Pulling south. Text sent. Coming down tomorrow. Talk. His reply instant. Doors open. Heart 2. Train south rattled dawn. Coffee sloshing thermos. Tracks clicking like countdown. Portland greeted gray. Rose City damp. Bridges arching Willamette like veins. He met at station. Truck idling curbside, eyes lighting when I stepped off, bag slung shoulder. Ethan pulled me in fierce, kiss public and unapologetic, stubble scraping, tasting travel grit. Missed this. We drove to his sublet. Cramped studio above a bookstore, shelves groaning paper scent, bed unmade in corner. Unpacked my overnight, hands lingering, tension coiling spring tight. Show me the city, I said, deflecting. He grinned, cap backward, leading tour, food cart steaming tie, Powell's labyrinth of tomes, his practice field, turf green under floodlights, goalposts stark. We walked hand in, his arm casual, but eyes scanned, old habits. Dinner at a brew pub, IPAs frothy, burgers juicy rare. Team's solid, he said, foam clinging lip. Starters need a trainer. Your designs could brand us. Opportunity glint. Maybe. Fork tine scrape plate, heart thawing. Night fell, bed narrow, bodies fitting close. Love-making urgent, his hands mapping me like lost territory. Gasps sinking with creaking frame. After sweat cooling, he propped elbow, tracing my chest. Move here, please. Build with me. Words hung, room still safe clock tick. What if it flops? Team cuts you, I quit gigs. Back to square one. Won't. Kiss sternum, warm. We've handled worse. Dawn, we ran waterfront. Breaths puffing clouds. Gulls wheeling overhead, cries sharp. Feet pounded path. Rhythm sinking. Decision crystallizing with each stride. Okay. I panted, stopping at bridge span. Hands on knees, lungs burning. I'm in. His whoop echoed, lifting me spin, laughter bubbling free. Yes. Move orchestrated chaos. Boxes taped hasty. Seattle farewell beers with Lena. Her hug tight. Call anytime. U-Haul rumbled south, his truck tailing. Radio blasting Springsteen. Thunder Road fitting anthem. Portland embraced tentative. Apartment hunt yielding loft in Pearl District. Exposed brick, high ceilings, our sketches papering walls. I networked freelance, logos for local bands, paychecks wiring steady. He thrived on field, bruises blooming purple, grin post-game electric. But adjustment bit. Commutes clogged, his practices late, my deadline solitary. One night, rain sheeting windows, he stumbled in exhausted, cleats dangling laces. Rough day. Coach rode us hard. I massaged shoulders, knots unyielding under thumbs, oil slick. Tell me. Missed the kids. High schoolers here. Intense. Pressure. Sigh deep, head lolling back. You got this. Gratitude in his eyes. Pulling me down couch. Kisses trailing fire. But whispers grew. Teammate rumors. Rivera's got a guy soft. He brushed off, but tension coiled, shoulders hunching. Climax brewed spring. Team playoffs looming. Fundraiser gala redux. Black ties, hotel ballroom glittering, donors schmoozing. This time, out proud, his hand in mine, introductions fluid. Ethan, my fiancé. Wait, fiancé? Ringless, but word dropped casual, testing. My heart stuttered, joy flaring. Fiancé. Later, in coat check shadows, coat's wool scent heavy. Yeah. Grin crooked, box emerging pocket. Simple band. Silver etched wave. Marry me. Tears pricked. Yes choked. Kiss ceiling amid hangers rattle. Cheers erupted return. Claps, backslaps, but undercurrent. Sidelong glares, whispers hissed. Game next day, field slick post-rain, crowd roaring. He played fierce, weaving defenders, but foul knee clips, he crumples, agonized yell slicing air. Sideline rush, medic swarm, turf smell acrid with fear. Torn ACL, doc grim, ice packing. Season over, dreams dashed again. Hospital sterile, beep steady, his face pale under fluorescence. Sorry, he rasped, for drip beeping. Ruined it. No. Grip hand, knuckles bruised. We're not ruined. Recovery hell. Crutches clack floors. Pain pills rattle bottle. Nights he wakes groaning. Sweat sheeting. I juggle work. Meals. Soups simmer herb-rich. Comfort in steam. Hate this. He snaps one dawn. Sun slanting gold. Frustration boiling. Dependent. Useless. You're not. Spoon broth savory on tongue. Strongest man I know. Tears track, voice thick. Love you. Through this shit. Months grind. PT sessions sweat drenched. His grunts echo gym. Me spotting awkward. Team visits. Beers crack tentative. Get back soon, man. Acceptance slow but real. Summer solstice, we wed courthouse. Justice peace droning vows. Rings exchanged simple, kiss saltang. Reception park picnic. Friends toasting IPAs. Frisbees sailing lazy. But shadow lingered, family rift. Dad's call post-honey week, voice gruff. Heard. Happy for you. Pause heavy. Wish I'd said sooner. Healing balm. Alex wept after. Phone clutched. Relief shuddering. Fall brought rebirth. Knee healed, he coached amateur league, queer inclusive, kids diverse, field alive cheers. I landed agency gig. Designs flowing bold. One evening, balcony sunset, city golden below, he knelt. Wait. No, sat. Knee protesting. We made it. Yeah. Hand on belly, wait, no, his hand on mine. Never leaving. Laughter soft. Kiss eternal. Autumn leaves skittered across the Pearl District sidewalks like confetti from a half-remembered party. The air crisp with the bite of impending rain and the distant roast of coffee from carts lining the blocks. Portland had woven itself into us over those first months. Its bridges and brews a backdrop to the quiet forging of a life. Our life. Alex's limp had faded to a subtle hitch on cooler days. A reminder etched in scar tissue. But his spirit? That burned brighter. Fueled by the ragtag team he'd assembled for the amateur league. Queer players mostly. A mosaic of ages and stories. Practicing under floodlights that buzzed like fireflies on the community field. I'd watch from the bleachers sometimes. Sketchpad balanced on knee. Charcoal smudging fingers as I captured him. Whistle between teeth. Gestures sharp and encouraging. That old fire rekindled in his eyes. Push through, he'd bark, voice carrying over the thud of balls and panting breaths. And the team would surge. A unit bound not just by sport, but by the unspoken pact of survival. After, he'd jog over, sweat sheened, pulling me into a hug that smelled of grass and effort, lips brushing ear. Your drawings make me look like a hero. You are, I'd murmur, nuzzling damp collar, the crowd's chatter fading to a hum. But harmony hid undercurrents, ripples from the past lapping at our shores. The wedding band on his finger caught light now, a constant glint, but scars ran deeper than metal. One October evening, as cider simmered on the stove, spices blooming cinnamon warm in the loft's open kitchen, he got the call. Phone buzzed insistent on the counter, screen lighting his face with a California area code. Mom. He answered, voice light. Hey, ma. Yeah. Games tomorrow. Pause, my stirring spoon scraping pot bottom rhythmic. Then his brow furrowed, free hand rubbing neck. A tell, tension nodding. What? Dad? Said that. I turned. Flame hissing low, concern coiling gut. He paced to window, city lights pricking dusk below. Back to me rigid. No, it's not a phase. We're married, ma. Happy. Voice cracked on the last raw edge slicing air. Hang up. Phone tossed couch cushions soft thud. He stood there, shoulders slumped, breath coming ragged. Dad's coming around slow. Told her he prays for us. Like we're cursed. The word hung, bitter as burnt cider edge. I crossed, arms wrapping waist from behind, chin on shoulder. Hey, progress. A huff, not quite laugh. Prayers. Great. But he leaned back, body yielding, warmth seeping through tea. We ate in quiet, forks tinkling plates, TV murmuring news, politics churning, same old divides. Bed later, his touch urgent, bodies grinding need, moans swallowed in dark. Release came fierce, but sleep evaded him, tosses rustling sheets, sighs ghosting my skin. Next morning, rain pattered relentless, gray sky pressing low. He left for practice early, kiss hurried, coffee mug steaming dash. I worked from home, laptop glow casting shadows on brick, emails pinging freelance tweaks. But focus frayed, mind circling his hurt. Echoes of my own losses, parents wreck a phantom ache. Midday, door buzzed, delivery? No, him, drenched despite hood, gym bag dripping hall floor. Cancelled, he said, peeling wet layers, voice flat. Field flooded. Team bailed. Shower ran hot, steam billowing bathroom. Me joining wordless, soap lathering slow circles on back. Talk, I prompted, water sheeting between us, eucalyptus sharp. It's nothing, but lie heavy, eyes downcast.
Bull.
Thumb trace jaw, stubble rasping. Dad. Worse. Teammate from Portland Pro Days. Saw the league post online our wedding pic. Texted. Knew you were off. Stay away from my gym clients. Rage flared hot, fists clenching under spray. Asshole. Block him. Can't. Voice small, vulnerable. Worlds full of them. We dried, towels rough, collapsing bed still rumpled. His head pillowed thigh, fingers combing hair gentle. Remember Seattle? First storm. Smile faint. Drowned rat at your door. Yeah. Felt lost then. Now. Sigh deep, chest rising falling. Scared I'll drag you down again.
No. Kis forid, Sotlingering.
We lift. League game that weekend packed stands. Rain held off miracle, sun slanting gold, hot dogs grilling savory smoke. He coached fierce, whistle shrill, team scrapping for every goal. Halftime, down 2-1, huddle tight, his words fire. We're more than scores, we're family. Second half surge, equalizer off a corner, winner in stoppage, net bulging triumphant. Cheers erupted, him mobbed, grin splitting face mud-streaked. Post-game, bar crawl. Pitchers foaming, toasts clinking, stories spilling raucous. But one player lingered, young, early 20s, eyes on Alex lingering too long. Coach, your legend. Slurring slight, hand on arm proprietary. Alex laughed easy, shrugging off. But later, truck cab, engine idling lot dark, he tensed. Jealous. I blinked, dashboard glow green on face. What? That look. When he touched me. Hurt prickled, defensive. Didn't mean. Trust, Ethan. Voice edged, but soft under. Only you. Kiss apology, hands roaming console over heat-building fogged glass. Home. Love-making tender. Exploring scars. Knee knotted, heart mended slow. Winter deepened, holidays looming. We flew SoCal again, tickets booked hopeful. Airport bustle chaotic, palms rustling terminal. His grip hand tight. House same, stucco warm, but air thick anticipation. Mom enveloped hugs, menudo simmering pot rich cumin. Dad waited living room, mustache trimmed neat, eyes wary but clear.
Son.
Hand extended, clasp firm. Ethan. Dinner unfolded tentative. Tamales steaming, corn husks peeled. Talk skirting edges. Post-meal, Dad cleared throat, voice gravel. Prayed. A lot, Bible says. But heart says family first. Alex stilled, fork midway. Dad. Love you both. Simple, shattering. Tears welled mutual, hug awkward but real. Back pats thumping. Relief crashed wave. Laughter bubbling free over pie flaky. Flight home buoyant. His head shoulder. Whispers plans. Future. Kids maybe. Dreams voice soft. But Portland tested. Agency gigs soured. Client balked queer themes in campaign. Too bold. Meeting acrid, boardroom air-conditioned chill. My pitch dying polite smiles. Drive home seething. Rain wipers frantic. Radio static. Alex waited. Stew bubbling herb deep. Rough. Worse. Slump counter. Recount bitter. Felt small. He stirred. Spoon clink. Their loss. Pull close, kiss temple. Your fire. Comfort warmed, but seed doubt planted. Nights, sketches darker. Figures fractured. Lines jagged. Spring playoffs approached. Team peaking. Semis packed. Turf vibrant. Crowd electric hum. Alex pregame huddle. Voice steady. Play for us. All of us. Win narrow, penalties heart stop. His kick true. Net ripple roar. Finals next. Stakes sky high. Eve of loft candlelit. Pasta twirling fork sauce clingy. Win or lose, he said. Eyes locked. You're home. Always. Toast glasses clink. Wine tart. Game day storm brewed. Clouds boiling black. Field slick, ball skidding wild. Halftime tied. Locker steam thick. His pep raw. Fight! Third quarter. Lead snatched, counterattack blur, goal scream. But fourth, turnover fatal. Opponent surges. Equalizer cruel. Overtime grind. Legs leaden. Breaths rasp. Final seconds, free kick hours. Alex steps, wall jumps, ball arcs perfect, bar kiss out. Whistle blows. Loss. Silence deafens. Team slump. Tears mixing sweat. He walks off head high, but eyes hollow post whistle. Bar after quiet. Beers flat. Pat's shoulder hollow. Home shower scalding, him under spray long, silhouette bowed. Failed them. He chokes, joining bed, voice muffled pillow.
No.
Curl spoon, arm waist. Taught resilience. Sobs quiet, body shake. Hate losing. Kiss it better? Tease soft, hand lower. Laughter wet, turning, heat rising slow. Release gentle, afterglow whispers vows renewed. Summer healed, off-season coaching camps. My designs agency pivot inclusive brands. Life settled, roots deep. One dawn, balcony coffee steaming, he knelt proper, ring upgrade glinting. Wait, no. Simple ask, kids? Someday? Heart swell. Someday. Promise hung. City waking below. Are forever unfolding. Summer in Portland unfurled lazy and lush. The Willamette swelling with snowmelt. Food cart pods blooming with grilled corn char and kimchi fizz. Our loft became a haven of half-finished projects. His coaching playbook splayed on the coffee table, pages dog-eared and underlined in frantic blue ink. My drafting table cluttered with swatches for a pride parade banner, colors screaming rainbow defiant. Morning started slow, sunlight slanting through the tall windows to gild the brick walls. His body warm against mine as we lingered in bed, sheets tangled like lovers' limbs, the distant hum of the streetcar a gentle alarm. Another day, he'd murmur, lips brushing my shoulder blade, breath coffee hot from the mug he'd fetched earlier. Those words, simple anchor, grounded us after the final sting. A bruise that faded but left a tender spot, like pressing a thumb to healing bone. We'd risen together that June morning, the air thick with the promise of heat, birdsong trilling from the rooftop garden next door. Breakfast was haphazard, oatmeal studded with berries bursting tart on tongue, spoons clinking bowls as we scrolled job boards on our phones. His knee, that old betrayer, throbbed faint in the humidity, but PT had sculpted it strong again, scars silver threads under skin. Camp starts today, he said, rinsing dishes, water rushing faucet roar. 20 kids, all levels. Nervous. I leaned on the counter, hip to hip, watching suds swirl drain. Nah, you've got the magic. Truth. His patience with beginners, turning fumbles to triumphs, mirrored how he'd coaxed me from Seattle's shell. He dried hands on a towel, snapping it playful at my thigh, grin flashing. Flatterer. Your turn. Parade float deadline. Tomorrow. Sigh light, but real. Fabric stretch taut on frame in the spare room. Glitter dusting floors like fallen stars. If the sponsor doesn't flake. Won't. Kiss quick. Mustache of foam from his shave cream smearing my cheek. Laughter bubbling as I wiped it. He left first. Duffel slung. Whistle necklace glinting. Truck rumbling down alley. I dove into work. Sewing machine whirring staccato. Threads snapping occasional curses under breath. Midday break. Sandwich from the deli below. Roast beef rare. Juices soaking rye. Eaten standing at window overlooking the bustling street. Cyclists weaving. Baristas calling orders. Life pulsing unscripted. Phone buzzed, mom-in-law Elena video call icon glowing. We'd grown close post-wedding, her packages arriving monthly. Care tamales frozen, notes scrawled love in looping script. Answered, her face-filled screen. Kitchen behind flour dusted. Dad hovering awkward with coffee. Ethan, Mijo, how's the heat? Her smile wide, teeth white against lipstick red. Surviving. Grin back, angling phone to show the float sketch taped wall. Busy with this. Ooh, beautiful. Alex at camp. Yeah, probably herding cats. Chuckle shared, dad grunting approval in background, his way progress measured in grunts. Send photos. Love you both. Hang up, warmth lingering. Family no longer fracture but bridge. Afternoon waned. Machine humming final seams. When door flew open. Alex bursting, energy electric. Kids' laughter echo in his wake. No, just him, cap backward, cheeks flushed. Babe. Chaos gold. One kid. 8. Scored hat trick on accident. Pure joy. Tell it over iced tea. Glasses sweating rings on table. His hands gesturing wild. Eyes alight. Showed him your sketch trick. Draw plays like art. Hooked. Pride swelled chest. Hand covering his. Calluses rough from ropes and balls. Dinner out? Celebrate. Pearl District Bistro. Patio strung lights twinkling early dusk. Plates arriving steam curl. Mussels briny garlic. Bread sopping broth. Wine flowed red velvet. Toasts clinking crystal ping. To us, he said, eyes locking. Foot hooking ankle under table. To forever. Sip deep. Tannin lingering. Walk home hand in. Street musicians fiddling melancholy. Air cooling to skin prickle. Loft stairs creak underfoot. Door shut soft click. Clothes shedding trail to bed. Love-making languid. Exploring summer slick skin. Gasps punctuating whispers. More. Bodies arch sinuous. Sleep came deep. Dreams woven shared. Fields green infinite. Hands clasped eternal. But idle crack subtle. Late July. Heat wave baking city. Asphalt shimmering mirage. His phone rang insistent. Unknown number. Voice tinny urgent. Alex Rivera? This is Portland United Scout. Saw your league highlights. Interested in assistant coach role? Pro level. Silence stretched my end kitchen. Knife pausing mid-chop cucumber crisp snap. His face lit, then shadowed knee memory flashing. Me? ACL history. Rehabbed clean. Trial next week. Hang up. Eyes meet mine, storm brewing. Pro again. Chance. Joy spiked, but caution tempered. Great. But knee. Strong. Defiant, but hand rubbed thigh unconscious. Trial week loomed. Practices doubling. Him gone dawn to dark. Truck absent driveway. I filled evenings float touches. Glitter embedding nails. But loft echoed hollow. Bed cold half. Day of stadium loomed massive. Turf pristine emerald under lights harsh. Bleachers sparse, scouts clipboards poised. He warmed. Stretches fluid. but eyes distant, jaw tight. Game scrimmage brutal, tackles thud bone jarring, his passes laser, but late play, slide foul, cleat clips knee old scar. Down he went, cry guttural, hand clutching, face twist agony. Rushed field, medic swarm, ice compress, stretcher wait. Tweak! He gritted through pain, but MRI next day confirmed. Partial tear. Season sidelined, dream deferred again. Home couch. Leg elevated ice pack drip. Painkillers dulling edges. His mood cratered. Cursed, he muttered. Remote clicking channels frantic. Laugh tracks mocking. No. Sit close. Hand thigh gentle above brace. Rest. Heal. Again. Voice breaks. Head drops hands. Shoulders quake silent. Rain starts outside. Patter steady on pains. Thunder distant rumble. Hold him. Rock slow. Murmurs strong mantra. Nights blur. Soups simmer broth rich. Movies marathon comfort. His head lap. Fingers comb hair soothing. Friends rally. League team beers delivered. Jokes crude lifting spirits. Elena calls daily. Recipes sent healing. Caldo de pollo steaming herb. September turned. Heat broke. Leaves turning amber. PT restarted. Gym sweat acrid. His grunts echo weights clank. Progress inch. First jog light. Field grass yielding forgiving. One crisp afternoon. Park runs slow. Breaths puff fall air leaf scent. He stops. Hands knees pant. Ethan. Doubt. Turn, cup face, thumbs cheekbones trace. What? Me. Worth the wait. I search, vulnerable blue. Every second.
Kis forid, szótsvít.
Love the man, not the myth. Relief exhales. Hug fierce. Heartbeats drum sync. Fall parade. Our float crowned pride. Rainbow sails billow. Crowd cheers wave. He watches sidelines. Crutch tucked arm, grin proud beam. Your magic. Ours. Hand squeeze, forever pulse. But deeper current stirred. Holiday plans, Thanksgiving SoCal? He nodded, but hesitation flickered. Dad's better, but full family? Try. Resolve steel. Flight south, turbulence jostle, his hand mine white knuckle. House festive, lights twinkle yard. Turkey roast oven waft savory. Gathering larger, aunts, cousins, table-grown dishes. Pozole red chili, pie lattice crust. Talk flows tentative, then easy jobs, jokes. Dad's story shared halting. Struggled, but sons first. Alex tears up, toast raised glass slosh. Family. Acceptance bloom, hugs linger, photos snapped flash pop. Home Portland snow dust rare, loft warm fire crackle, portable, balcony safe, cocoa mug steam marshmallow melt. Best yet, he says, nestled close, firelight dance face. Yeah, kiss slow, chocolate sweet. Winter solstice, he proposes renewal vows refreshed park, snowflake kiss, rings polish glint. Life cycles, love anchor. Spring seeds planted, adoption talk tentative, agency papers stack. Ready? He asks, eyes hope dawn lit. With you? Always. Winter's grip on Portland loosened grudging. Ice slicking sidewalks to treacherous sheen. The Willamette shrouded in fog that muffled the barge's low moans like secrets half told. Our loft, once a whirlwind of holiday paper shreds and pine needle pricks underfoot, settled into a quieter rhythm. The radiator hissing steam warmth against the chill seeping through old window frames. Cookbooks propped open to hearty stews that filled the air with thyme and slow-simmered beef. Alex's knee rehab had plateaued into maintenance. Mornings starting with resistance bands snapping taut in the living room. His grunts punctuating the pop of joints and the faint creak of floorboards under his shifting weight. I'd brew tea while he worked, chamomile for my freelance-fueled nerves, black for his focus, steam curling lazy from mugs as we sat cross-legged on the rug. planning the adoption consult like generals charting a campaign. Papers rustled on the coffee table, forms crisp and official, checkboxes waiting for dreams in ink. Background checks clear, he said one gray morning, pen tapping margin, voice steady but eyes flicking to mine for anchor. Yours too. Next step, home visit. My stomach fluttered, butterfly wing light. Excitement tangled with the terror of scrutiny. Strangers peering into our patchwork life. Think they'll like the glitter residue? I joked, nodding to the drafting table still dusted from last Pride project. Sparkles catching light like errant stars. He laughed, deep and rolling, pulling me across the table's scatter to straddle his lap, hands settling hips firm. They'll see love. That's enough. Kiss followed, slow burn, his stubble grazing chin, tasting of resolve and morning mint. The social worker arrived mid-February, boots shedding slush in the hall, notebook clutched like a shield. Ms. Rivera, no relation, coincidence wry mid-40s, hair pinned practical, smile warm but assessing. Tour commenced. Kitchen with its mismatched mugs from travels, bedroom shelves lined our intertwined histories. His soccer trophies tarnished beside my sketch awards framed. Cozy, she noted, pen scratching, as we sat couch, knees touching alliance. Questions flowed gentle probe. Tell me about a challenge you've faced together. Alex's hand found mine, squeeze code, and I spoke first. The knee tear, finals loss, our lean into each other through pain's fog. He added family bridge, dad's gruff evolution, voice thickening on acceptance earned. She nodded, eyes soft behind glasses. Strong foundation.
Purse, pen top.
And the child age? Needs. Open, he said, thumb circling my knuckle absent. Someone to coach, to draw with. Approval letter arrived March. Envelope crisp slit. Words congratulations leaping page. Joy exploded, him lifting me spin. Loft echo whoops. Kiss crashing wave. Parents, he breathed. Forehead press. Tears pricking mutual. Wait list stretched. Months ticking calendar slow. But we filled. Nursery paint roller streaks butter yellow. Crib assembled wrench clank. Books stacked tiny spines. Goodnight moon dog-eared already. Nights, his head on belly. Ear pressed listen phantom kicks. Whispers soon. Spring bloomed riot. Cherry blossoms petal storm streets. Farmers market stalls heaped asparagus snap fresh. League season kicked. His team veteran now huddles tighter, goals flowing fluid. I designed kits, jerseys bold stripe, logo fierce phoenix rise. But shadow crept May, email ping agency Stark. Match possible. Boy 7, foster shuffle scarred, brother 5 trailing. Photos attached. Dark curls, eyes wide wary, hands clasped fierce. Heart sees. Them, Alex over shoulder, voice hush. Us, not sure. Home visit there's tentative, caseworker escort, boy's silent car seat, clutching stuffed bear threadbare. Door open welcome, cookies cooling rack chocolate chip warm, tour gentle. This your room. Pointing yellow walls, toys scattered invite. Older, Mateo, scan suspicious, chin jut. Why us? Truth bear. Saw you. New. Alex Neil level eye contact steady. Team. Family. Younger Luca hid leg, but peak, smile tentative cookie crumb lip. Weeks blurred bond build. Park picnic sandwich crusts flung ducks quack. Library story hour giggles bubble. Bedtime tales voice gravel Alex's pirate growl. Trust flow slow but real M. Mateo fist bump post soccer drill. Luca sketch hand mine clumsy line. Final court day June. Suit stiff. Courtroom oak polish scent. Judge gavel crack echo. Guardianship granted. Paper sign. Hugs caseworker tear briny. Home chaos joy. Balloons helium float. Cake frosting smear faces. Laughter ring walls. Night boys bunk beds creak settle. Us doorway watch breaths even. Dads. Mateo mumbles sleepy, hand wave. Tears hot, arm waist Alex. Yeah, dads. Summer deepened, family 4, routines weave. School shop supplies crisp. League games bleacher cheer. Dinner's table clatter fork. Stories spill day wild. But adjustment jagged. Mateo nightmares wake scream. Sheets damp fear sweat. Alex soothe rock hum low Spanish lullaby.
Luca cling shadow, separation whale pierce.
My design's late. Night's laptop glow dim. Coffee bitter gulp. One August storm. Thunderclap boom. Power flicker out. Boys huddle fort couch blanket. Flashlights beam dance wall shadow puppet. Monster. Luca whisper eye wide. No. Alex rumble, lion roar playful. Dads chase him. Laughter peal, storm rage outside. Inside safe glow. Fall harvest, pumpkin patch mud squelch boot. Hayride bump rattle, cider hot mug steam. School concert, Mateo flute squeak off key. Pride swell chest clap loud. But conflict simmer old wound. Dad visit planned. Tickets book, but call cancel last. Health dip, cough wet rattle. Alex pace kitchen, phone clutch white. Pop's sick, cancer scare. World tilt. Flight rush, boys ant watch, hospital sterile beep. Dad bed pale tube snake arm. Son, rasp weak, hand clasp frail. Hugs tear, stories bridge gap. Grandkids photos show, eyes light spark. Proud, whisper final, grip tight. Return heavy, grief cloak, but boys anchor. Hugs small arm fierce. Love dad. Healing communal. Vigils candle flicker. League tribute jersey retire symbolic. Winter solstice, tree trim ornament clink. Light string warm. Gifts wrap paper crinkle. Boys awe gasp, Santa myth alive wonder. New Year dawn, balcony chill bite. Family bundled. Fireworks bloom sky color burst. To more. Alex toast mug cocoa. Eyes reflect spark. Always. Kiss seal, boys cheer between. Life layered now, love multiply. Scratches knee band-aid, drawings fridge magnet, goals score cheer. Meaning woven thread. Missed ride shower, never left, now home full. The new year dawned crisp and unforgiving in Portland. Frost etching filigree on the loft's windows. Turning the city below into a crystalline diorama where cars crawled like beetles under the pale sun. Inside, the air hummed with the quiet industry of a family finding its footing. Pancakes sizzling on the griddle, butter pooling golden in craters. The sizzle punctuating Mateo's off-key rendition of a pop song from his backpack. Backpack slung careless over a chair. Luca toddled at my heels, tugging pant leg insistent. His up, dada. A demand wrapped in dimple flash. 8 months in, and the boys had carved their chaos into our days, turning order to joyful disarray. Crayon murals on fridge testimony to Luca's wild strokes. Mateo's soccer cleats perpetually mud-caked by the door. A trail of evidence from backyard drills. Alex flipped flapjacks with practiced flick. Wrist snap sending one airborne somersault before landing perfect stack. His laugh rumbling deep when Luca clapped sticky palms. Breakfast champs, he declared. Plating with flourish, syrup drizzle amber rivers. We ate at the table scarred from years of elbows and spills. Fork scraping ceramic, talk bubbling easy, school projects due, league scrimmage schedule. The faint worry of Dad's next scan results lingering like an undercurrent but not drowning the moment. Post-meal, dishes clatter sink soapy. I herded boys bath, bubbles foam mountain, rubber ducks quack protest as water splashed rim. Alex joined, sleeves rolled, sponge scrubbed gentle behind ears, his voice dropping to that storyteller timbre. Once, a drowned rat found a shower. Mateo rolled eyes but grinned. Luca mesmerized wide eye.
Laughter echoed tale. Storm fog mirror ghosts.
Dressed in fresh tees, mine graphic bold, his team logo faded. They tumbled out to living room, Fort's erected blanket drape, flashlight beam sword slash. I worked corner, laptop balanced knee, final tweaks pride float evolution, community center mural now, colors vibrant hope. Alex prep gym bag, knee brace strap velcro rip, but pause doorway, eyes on scene soft. Beautiful, he mouthed, finger heart tap chest. Kiss goodbye lingering, door click soft, truck fade rumble. Boys settled, Mateo homework math grown, Luca blocks tower teeter. I wove stories thread day, pirate quests graph paper, dragon lairs block stack. Afternoon waned, park outing swing creek chain, slides whoosh descent giggle. Ice cream cone drip vanilla chin, licks frantic. Home route, hand hold small warm, sunset streak sky fire orange. Dinner stir fry wok sizzle ginger bite, rice steam fluffy. Table grace hands clasp circle, Mateo's thanks shy, Luca echo mumble. Story spill, school bully dodge Luca finger paint rainbow mess. Bedtime ritual sacred, teeth brush mint foam, PJ's button fumble, books page turn whisper. Alex home midtail, slide beside, voice duet low. And the rat? Stayed. Built castle. Lights out click, door crack glow night light, breaths even settle. Us time then, wine pour garnet swirl, couch sink deep, feet tangle. Good day, I ask head shoulder nest. Yeah. Sigh content, hand trace arm lazy. Scrimmage tough, but kids fierce, like ours. Pride nod, kiss temple pulse. Talk drift, adoption full finalize soon. Dad's call today, clear, voice stronger, cough fade. Relief exhale collective. But night deepens, shadows lengthen wall, old ghosts stir. Remember title? He murmurs, voice thread. Missed carpool, showered, never left. Smile curve, memory flood. Rain hammer, door creak, eucalyptus linger. Fate's turn. Yeah. Turn face, eyes lock deep, hand cup cheek thumb stroke. Best plot twist. Lips meet slow, heat build ember glow. Bodies shift couch creak. Clothes shed whisper fabric hush. Love making quiet mindful. Walls thin, boys sleep. But intense, gazes hold anchor. Breaths mingle gasp soft. Release wave crest. Afterglow cling. Hearts drum sink. Sleep claim gentle. Arm drape waist. Dreams we've shared. Fields green boy run. Home's warm laugh echo. Dawn next, alarm beep soft. Coffee percolate gurgle. Routine renew. Pancakes again? No. Egg scramble fluff. Toast butter melt. Boys rise tousle hair. Hugs morning fierce. League game Saturday. Field do slick boot. Crowd gather hum. Mateo sideline cheer pint-sized jersey. Luca pom-pom shake rattle. Alex coach whistle shrill. Plays call sharp. Team surge win 3-1. Net ripple joy. Post-game picnic spread blanket. Sandwiches crust bite. Fruit juicy drip. Laughter cascade. Stories retell goal glory. Sun dip horizon gold. Shadows long stretch. Home bath splash war. Dinner mac cheese elbow ooze. Bedtime book dragon roar. Us wine sip, talk dreams. Travel family, college scouts Mateo maybe, art school Luca whimsy. Conflict rare now, but flares small Mateo fight school push. Tears hot recess. Alex talk knee story. Fall, rise stronger. Resolve set chin hug mend. Luca fever spike night. Thermometer beep red. Cool cloth forehead damp. Dr. Wait anxious, verdict virus pass. Relief flood. Spring parade return. Float grander, mural mounted truck bed. Boys wave candy toss. Crowd roar wave. Pride swell collective. Summer camp enroll. Boys pack duffel stuff. Us drop off wave goodbye tear prick. Empty loft echo, but date night reclaim. Dinner candle flicker. Walk bridge light reflect water shimmer. Fall school start, backpacks heavy shoulder. First day pose photo grin gap tooth. Evenings homework grown, but progress inch. Winter holidays blend, SoCal fly, house full aunt uncle. Tamale steam corn, tree ornament clink. Dad stronger, story share grandkids ear, legacy pass. New Year Eve, balcony chill nips, fireworks pop bloom, family for huddle, toasts mug cocoa. To chapters, Alex say, eyes reflect burst. Unwritten best, kiss seal, boys yawn between. Years fold like pages. Mateo teen goal score varsity. Luca sketch win fair blue ribbon. Us gray temple subtle. Lines laugh etch. Love deepen root. 1 anniversary, original Seattle visit. Rain welcome old friend. Coffee shop unchanged. Barista nod memory. Shower quick laugh. Bed tangle familiar. Never left, he whisper. Breath ear hot. Glel. Heart full, forever hold. And in quiet moments, reflection dawn light soft, meaning crystallize. Chance encounter shower steam, bloom family fierce, proof love defies storm. Missed ride, gained road endless.